I've just realized that our scene is painfully static, so why don't we use our animator we've created a few episodes ago and make it more alive. My name's Pawel, I make games, and I'm gonna show you an example of how to use this self-written animator there. Let's open our planned game object, scroll down to add a new component, and a new component will be Sprite animator. Here we need to use our sprite renderer, and as you may guess, we will need an animation for this game object. But before we do that, we should create a folder for our animations to keep the project organized. The name will be animations, and we will put this inside it. To keep the main folder nice and tidy, we should also create one folder for our scripts. Now we go to the animations folder and create new scriptable object, animation data. Let's name it plant idle. There we need only two sprites, number 13 and 14. Let's add some frames gap, let's say 25, and check loop option. Now in the plant we use it as a base animation. Alright, now let's go to a fireplace and go to its fire, which is a child object of it. Let's do the same. We need a new scriptable object, animation data. It will be fire idle, and we will use it as a base animation of this sprite animator. Now set the size to 2 and frames of gap to 25, and let's find those sprites. Here is the first one and there is the second one. And of course we need to check loop. But now as we play this, we can't see any changes. That's because we need to go to our game manager, scroll all the way down to change scene coroutine, and here we will just open a for each loop. You're gonna do something with every sprite animator in the array returned by the function find objects of type sprite animator. And it is important to check if there is a S letter. We need to find every object of this type, not only the first one. And for every sprite animator we will simply use playAnimation function with null as an argument. The other way, at the beginning of this coroutine we will use base animation as a data for animation. Alright, but this will work only if we change the scene. And for the first scene it won't work, so we need to get this start function, and here we will call this playAnimation again. Now we may use base animation. And we can see that it works. That's great! Now we are in the play mode, so our modifications doesn't save, so we may cheat a little bit and change the required item to pick this one up. As you can see, we don't have any errors related to this animation, so we may continue our work. Go to fire idle animation and let's do something which will make our animation a bit better. There won't be many changes, we just gonna swap those two sprites. I think those two animations played that way look way better. Okay, it's time for the scene number 2. Let's create new scriptable object animation data, and this time it will be our big man. The size will be 2 and frames of gap 25. Of course we use loop, and the first sprite is 48 and the second one is number 49, and that's it. Now we are going to deal with the next animation. Its name is soldier idle. This time we will check loop, set frames of gap to 20 and size for now only to 1. Now we will look for the frame number 41. And we will make this guy move a little bit and from time to time grab a drink. Alright, let's close this up and let's go to our animation. Let's change this size to 7. As you can see, we've cloned those sprites. And use 42 for every other sprite. And as the 8th one we will use number 40, which is grabbing a drink. Now we may go to our soldier 1, add a sprite animator and use his sprite renderer here and soldier idle animation data. Now we may copy this component and paste it as new inside soldier 2. Just remember to change his sprite renderer. Now let's go to the big man, create new sprite animator, use big man's sprite renderer and big man's animation data. Alright, it's time to check it out. Let's go to the room on the right and let's see what's going on there. Yeah, we have some animations. And I think it would be better to move those soldiers a little bit closer to glasses. I'm gonna copy those components and remember some values, but you may just pause this video and write them as I'm done. Alright, now I think it looks way better if they actually can reach those glasses. Alright, that's some serious progress in making this game. See you in the next video, in which we are going to create an advanced animation. We're gonna make it possible to spawn the plant next to the pigman, bite his leg, and make them both disappear. Have a good day and see you soon!